Welcome back, students. The University of Arizona Global Campus. Welcome back to the course BUS 311. And we are in week one. And in week one, we're really going to start at the fundamentals. We're going to look at the introduction to the legal system. And the way that we're going to do that is in week one, you're going to start off right off the bat by posting your introduction. That's a way for you to obviously start earning points in the course, but also start registering your attendance. Other discussion boards throughout the week, you're going to apply the law to a set of facts. We're going to take a deep dive into torts or crimes in day three. And then finally, on day six, you're going to take a quiz. But the learning outcomes for this week is for you to really explain the purpose of law and for you to differentiate, between a tort and a crime. And then finally, you want to be able to apply the law to a set of facts in a legal situation or a case study. So for week one, we're going to look at sources of law. You'll do some legal analysis. You'll look at the court system. At the end of the week, you should be able to explain the purpose and the source of laws and how to differentiate between a tort and an actual crime. You should also be able to start understanding and applying legal reasoning when you apply it to a set of facts or a case study within a specific jurisdiction. The discussion forums will enable you to demonstrate the competencies by recognizing what these legal issues are and the importance of how courts determine the outcome of these cases. And then finally, in day six, you'll have an opportunity to really apply what you have learned by applying the facts. Really good reading in week one. And I just want to take the opportunity right now to stress the importance of reading. I've got about 6 degrees right now, including the law degree and the doctorate degree. And I can tell you that the main transfer of knowledge, the primary source of tacit knowledge that I have all came from reading. It comes from reading academic textbooks. It comes from reading peer-reviewed journals. In this case, in a law class, it really comes from reading case law, because case law largely determines the law within the jurisdiction that you are looking at. So, reading case laws, case briefings, dictum, dissenting opinions, all of that is where the tacit knowledge it will come in. Don't get me wrong, lectures are good, discussion board postings are good. I certainly love those YouTube videos, but when you talk about the true transfer of knowledge, when you talk about gaining that tacit knowledge, that's going to come from the reading, okay? And speaking of reading in the textbook, I want you to read the first 3 chapters. Chapter 1, Sources of Law in the Court System. And then in chapters 2 and 3, you'll do a deep dive into torts and criminal law. Please do yourself a favor. You've only got one time to take this course and to get it right the first time. So please make sure that you're doing the reading. I like to say read every word of every book, of every handout. You'll have that good tacit knowledge deep down, and you'll be able to apply it not only in the course concepts and then of course deliverables, but more importantly when you're out there on the jobs and you're making decisions as managers, executives, and owners. Moving on with week one, so you've got your discussion board introduction. Please post that by Tuesday, and then you'll have another 7 days to respond to your peers. Very important there that you respond to 3 other students there within that 7-day window. Your second discussion board posting, which is due on Thursday, and again, you'll have that 7-day window for the following Monday there to respond to your classmates. And in your discussion board form one, you're going to review a case of a hypothetical problem that's in the chapter summary at the end of chapter one. So make sure you're reading that. You're going to read over the facts. You're going to analyze whether the suit can be brought in federal court. And then you're going to explain the advantages and disadvantages of federal court versus state court for this type of lawsuit. And again, you have your initial posting, and then you are to respond to 2 other classmates by day 7. Excuse me, I think I said earlier a 7-day window, but you have until day 7 to do that. And then finally, when you are responding to your classmates, explain why you agree or disagree with their conclusions. And then, did the facts you consider important in determining the jurisdiction differ from your classmates? And if it did, why? And if it did not, why? And then your second and final graded discussion board for week 1 will include you reading the text of chapter 2. And then at the end of the chapter, there's a hypothetical case. You want to review case number 1, which is Northern Shipping Company, and then respond to a couple of questions there. Mainly, did Northern Shipping Company commit a tort? And if so, you want to list the elements of the tort. Did the shipping company actually cause damage to the sailors or the town or the bridge? And then, was the damage foreseeable based on the actions of Northern Shipping Company? And then ultimately, you're going to tell us what the elements are involved in that as well. And then within that 7-day window, make sure you respond to your classmates. You're going to determine if you agree with their analysis. You're going to discuss at least with 2 of your classmates the torts issues that were raised in their post. And then the intervention, talk about it from a first person or a third person analysis. And then make sure you do all of that within the 7 days there. And then finally, there is a quiz. The quiz is worth 5% of your grade. You're going to need approximately, it says, about 12 hours to complete the quiz. It must be taken in a single setting. I don't think it'll actually take you 12 hours to do the quiz. It's only 10 questions. Each question is worth 1 point. And you'll have until the 14th of January to take that. I think what you'll need to do is at least put in, I would say, 12 to 15 hours of doing your reading, doing your discussion board postings, kind of grappling back and forth with the content. And after you have that under your belt, you're probably well prepared to take the quiz. So yeah, okay. So what happens is once you open the quiz, you'll have 12 hours to complete it, which will be more than enough time for you to complete that quiz. Okay, that is week 1. Please reach out to me with any questions, comments, or concerns. I am always available to set up office hours. We can connect one on one. I am here to support you. Let me know the best way to do that.